So 36 Chambers comes out, and it's a monster.
Right.
Right? And then Wu-Tang Forever comes out, and the first single starts off with you. Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, Old Dirty Bastard did the intro, but, in terms of the verses, it starts off with you.
Right.
How did that particular song come together?
Triumph, that's a bugged out story because the verse I had already had, and I actually kicked that verse on the Tony Touch 50 MCs Volume 1. It was the first one he ever did. He might be up to Volume 50 right now. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? My man Tony Touch, right? Yeah, Toka hit me up. He was like, yo, come do this freestyle. And I did it. And it was, I think, like he told me and other people told me it was so classic that, he wanted to, put it on. Like, I said, yo, man, I got an opportunity to say that verse again. I wanna know from you, is it cool? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, definitely, because, he acknowledged that he got it first. So I didn't want to just put it on there and just like, that's kind of like a play out to use a verse you use for somebody else. But I said, yo, it fits to this beat. And then RZA made that beat like 5 in. Everybody in the crib sleep in Jersey, man, and I'm like the only one up, and I hear certain elements of the beat. I hear the kicks and the snares, and, I'm like, I wake up out my sleep because I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what you making in this? So I get up, come in the studio with him, and he's playing this beat, man, and I'm just like, yo, let me try this rhyme to it. And, that Bomb Atomic, it went perfect with just the drums. Like, he didn't even have everything put together yet. And, like, as far as the breakdowns and the voice. So me putting that verse on, you know what I'm saying, I crash out later on in the day. RZA plays it back to me, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, Meth jumped on it, and U-God jumped on it. Everybody, different heads that jumped on it. So he's playing it back to me. And I'm hearing the beat like, yo, what did you do? This just sounds crazy. He's like, yeah, I used your voice. And, RZA, he's a mastermind like that. He play us the beat one way. You say your rhyme, and you come back, the song probably, like Protect Your Neck, that ain't even the original beat to Protect Your Neck. Y'all don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, like how Mav did the logo, it's like I have a million of those little inside jewels that I could give y'all, man. I might write a book about it after this.
Okay, I mean, did you expect Triumph to be as big as it was, or did you know that was gonna be the first single?
Nah, I didn't expect anything, man. Like, I just thought that we were gonna come in, make some records, make some money, and and that was that, man. I never saw me sitting on Vlad TV couch 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was just a vision that RZA had, but he made it so clear for us that we was able to see it with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a blessing, man. You don't get that. But I think that comes from us knowing each other and, like I said, not coming together to make a record. You know what I mean? But we was already together, and the record came to us.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a real great follow-up to 36 Chambers. Like, how that came out, and the video, and how it was all like real high tech, like, real special effects heavy at the time. I think you were like on the side of a skyscraper or something.
I'm on the side of the building, and you got to remember at that time, there wasn't that many $1 million videos at the time, man. There was only 2 videos that was in that category with us at that time, and if you remember correct, it was Biggie Smalls with the Biggie, 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 can't you see? When he was on the boat and all that.
Hypnotize.
And
Hypnotize.
Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq had a record out at that time, $1 million video. I can't remember what it was, but I remember Triumph, Biggie, and that video were going head to head as like, the most expensive video at that time. And, they were being compared like to being the best ones at that time at that. But, yeah, man, that record did a lot for me, man. It changed my rap life, you know what I'm saying? Whereas people who, they look at you as the underdog or you just the set-off guy or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? They look at that rhyme, when they broke it down, I remember it got the source quotable at that time. And when people were able to break that down and was really seeing what I was saying, it's like, yo, this dude's a scientist or whatever. I mean, it really stepped up my lyric credibility, you know what I'm saying? I started getting a little more offers and a little more people checking for me after that, And even C.R.E.A.M did that for me too, first, But Triumph was one of those rhymes that people came to me and gave me that respect, like, yo, you one of the fucking best, like, you know what I mean?
Let's talk about C.R.E.A.M for a second.
Yeah.
So I guess there was some unreleased verses on C.R.E.A.M that you did?
Yeah, on the original C.R.E.A.M, we was just freestyling pretty much. You know what I mean? We had some verses that me and Chef had wrote, and RZA put a beat on the original C.R.E.A.M beat, and we were just going in, man. Like, and he was saying, nah, don't just rhyme. You know, paint the picture, tell the tales. You know, kick those saga, pull out the story rhymes or whatever. And so I had a couple in the stash, and so did Ray, and we was just freestyling it for a while. And RZA originally recorded like maybe 3 verses a piece for me and Chef. Chef might have had more verses than that because he was just going in. And for me, I've kicked 2 verses on C.R.E.A.M. You know, two might have been 2 30-bar verses, man. The song was like extremely too long, but RZA kept it. And what we did when we did the album, I took the first 8 bars of the first verse and the last 8 bars of the second verse and put it together and made a 16. That's the 16 y'all hear on C.R.E.A.M now, but yeah, there's definitely an unheard 16 that's still out there for the fans. You know, I believe the track is out. I haven't been able to find it, but I've heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like I stumbled across the internet through my research. I found the track a long time ago and actually heard it, but couldn't possess it. But yeah, it's floating around, man. It's 2 verses from Ray, 2 verses of me, and you'll hear the first 8 from C.R.E.A.M, but then you'll hear another 8 come, and then Ray goes and we go back to back. But yeah, if you can get a hold of that, man, if y'all get a hold of that out there, shoot that to me, man. Tweet that to me, Facebook, I don't care how you get it, man. Get that at me, SoundCloud, something, but it's out there. Just like the missing verse for the Tupac Got My Mind Made Up song, you know what I mean?
That song, I think, kind of cemented Wu-Tang, like, okay,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang is not just a new trendy thing, like, okay, this group actually has kind of substance and their shit sound different, and, you know, people were wanting to hear more.
Right. I mean, I just think we were so weird in the beginning, man. Like, you know, here come these dudes from Staten Island. We don't look like nobody else. We got karate chops in the beat. You can hear the tape rewinding. You know, we joking on each other. Where my killer tape at, man? And, you know, like, I think all of that catered to people identifying us with us, like, you know, these dudes are just like us. You know, it didn't matter what hood you was from, didn't matter what part of town you was from. You could always find somebody in your hood that, you know, yo, that's the Inspectah Deck of my clique, or that's the U-Guard of my clique, or we represented somebody in everybody's crew. You know what I'm saying? Each one of us. And I think that helped a lot, you know?
I thought he was me one day, you know what I mean? When I heard some shit that I never even fucking, I'm like, when I first got put on and shit, I'm asking myself, when the fuck I do that verse, you know what I mean?
I text him, I say, yo, what the fuck, yo, like that was always something I wanted to do, nigga, you kissed Madonna, nigga. He was like, son, have you ever kissed a fucking 6 million year old pterodactyl?